3-0 win today for the Yellowjackets over Cal Baptist. JD, you had the second goal. It's your second straight game with a goal as a true freshman. Talk about the way that the offense was clicking today.
Well, I mean, everything's starting to come together. The first couple of weeks, it was kind of rough. I mean, there was a big language barrier with a lot of international kids, so I think the communication of just being together for the past couple of weeks is really coming together, and we're starting to click as a unit up top. And these past couple of games, I think, has showed that.
Talk a little bit about the play that you scored on, how that developed. You finished across from Julian Tungus, a guy who's leading the team in assists. Talk about how that play came to be.
Yeah, so Julian got the ball out wide, and I think he beat his man, and I saw him getting ready to cross it, and so I made the run from outside into the box behind Ricardo, and the ball went past Ricardo and his defender, and I was right there on top of the six to tap the ball in from 6 yards out.
Talk about being a freshman, a first-year player coming out of high school and having a chance to get some significant minutes and have some success. You've got a couple goals now.
Well, I mean, my teammates are making it really easy to transition into college soccer. I'm comfortable playing around all of them, and I give all the credit to my teammates, really. I mean, they're making this transition really easy for me.
And talk about where you guys go from here. Another match coming up on Monday. You've won 3 in a row. Talk about how the team's rolling.
The team's doing really good. I think together, defensively, midfield, our offense, everything's just starting to click together. Especially after that California trip, I think that kind of woke us up a little bit and got us ready for these last couple of games. And the team's really, really clicking right now. I think I'm excited to see how this season's going to end up.
Yeah, the team did great. We all worked as a unit, especially in the back. The back four are really starting to be able to work each other, even with the language barrier. So I think we're starting off really well now.
Seems that you have a knack for having to face a penalty. Almost every game you play, it seems like there's one left and right. And sure enough, there's one today. Talk about that. A shot that just hit off the post. You got a little piece of it. Talk about that play.
Well, I knew that it was pretty clearly a dive, but we got to deal with whatever is dealt to us. And so I knew when I was stepping in there, it was time. I just got to stop the shot. And sure enough, I read his play and made the save.
One of your big plays that contributed to the clean sheet came on a kind of a tricky back pass you had to deal with. It came off a header, and it was a little slow. You got to it, but then the attacking player had a hit on it. You came forward and then knocked it out of play. Talk about plays like that where you have to stay calm under pressure.
Yeah, honestly, it's all judgment. You gotta just have second nature, and I just gotta let it kick in from all the training that Alex and Tomas and Guido have given me. And I just allow my reflexes to take in. So it truly is all second nature at that point.
Talk about how inspired this group is right now. Like we mentioned, 3 straight wins. You have another game coming up on Monday. You guys are really rolling.
We are really rolling. We have started out a little rough over there in California, but we use that to boost our morale and toughen us up to move on to the next level. And now we're shooting on a clean sheet right now, and things are going well.
I'm incredibly proud of the guys after this win against a very, very good California Baptist University team. A well-coached team that has done excellent recruiting in the off-season, and a team that will probably compete to win the Pac West. And for us to show up the way we did today, it shows that we're moving in the right direction. We didn't train very well yesterday, but we brought an enormous amount of intensity to this game throughout the whole 90 minutes. I'm especially proud of Joel Scott, who has had to wait for this chance for a long time and has waited very patiently, and who got the shutout, made some incredible saves today, kept that whole back line connected and together. Very happy for Ricardo Palomino because he needed to get on the score sheet. He needed that first goal. Very happy for Julian Dragomir as well, who scored his first goal on Yellowjacket Field about 3 years too late. And what can I say about JD Hauenstein? That young man has come into our program absolutely flying. He's getting more and more minutes. Absolutely great finish today. But it's not just the guys that I just spoke about individually, it's our whole team. The collective effort from our team today was phenomenal. The 11 guys that started, the guys that came off the bench and brought increased intensity to the field. I can go home a happy coach tonight.
You went into halftime with the score at 0-0, but you could almost sense a goal was coming. A lot of chances in the first half, maybe not a direct shot on goal, but a lot of very nice plays that didn't quite materialize. What was your message at halftime, and how did those chances turn into goals in the second half?
Well, we've been missing a little bit of sharpness in front of goal at this beginning of the season, and we've been working on that. But what we really asked the guys was to replicate their effort from the first 25 minutes in the first half when we grabbed them by their throat and we didn't allow CBU to play the game that they're good at, which is building out of the back, putting it down, and playing through the middle of the field. So we played a very, very disciplined game for about 75 minutes of the game. And that's what we had asked them at halftime. And we made a couple of adjustments, left Julian Dragomir on the field, and that paid off. So it's great to see that a guy like him, who's had a lot of experience, who I'm sure wants to start games, can come off the bench and give us that little spark.
A little bit of a unique situation. You have several days off as opposed to just one in between now and your next game. You face Marion Monday. You've won 3 in a row. They've all been clean sheets. You're going to go into Monday's game rolling, we'd expect.
We're going into that game with a lot of confidence. Fortunately for us, we're going to be able to see them play on our field on Saturday, so we'll have a pretty good idea of what to expect. But we've seen them play throughout this season a couple of times already. But this result and the way, especially the way we got this result, is going to take us into that game roaring, just like we have been these last few games. We may make a couple of adjustments tactically, maybe also in terms of personnel, but the main thing is that we can go into that game with a lot of belief in ourselves.